Caller blasts Rep for requiring white nationalist pledge in schools. Conservative commentator Dinesh D'Souza tells Waters World that it looks like CRT has metastasized into the whole culture. The caller began her message by noting that Nordman is the Iowa state representative who included language that requires all Iowa schools to lead the Pledge of Allegiance once a day in grades 1 through 12. When did we start teaching white nationalism in schools? Because that's exactly what the FK you're doing, sir, and you have absolutely no right to require something like that, the caller added. Our children aren't proud to be American. Maybe the white suburban kids in Adele are proud to be American because their rights are afforded to them every day and they don't have to fight for them. But for the rest of us, who are women, the poor, the elderly, the minorities, we're not fucking proud. What are we proud of? We're proud of our racist history. We're proud of our racist roots. Is that what we're proud of? She continued. We're proud of the fact that not all citizens of the United States are afforded the same rights and the same privileges as the blonde-haired, blue-eyed ones. That's a bunch of colonizer bulls, T. Carter. And the fact that you're f***ing perpetuating that is disgusting. Keep that ST in the suburbs. You want to teach your kids to be a white nationalist, you can f***ing do it. But you and Kim Reynolds are f***ing disgusting, and you have absolutely no right to require that public schools teach children to be U.S. nationalists. FKU and FK this legislation, the caller shouted. The caller went on to pledge that she would make sure that Nordman loses his re-election campaign next year. She condemned him for supporting the shameballs tea that the Trump administration stood for, and she claimed that he and Reynolds still have your head so far up his head that you can f***ing tell where one of you ends and the other begins. Absolutely disgusting, despicable, and deplorable the ST that you f***ing peddle, she added.
There's so much more important ST that we could be worried about right now, and you're focusing on the F-King Pledge of Allegiance. Get the FK out of here, pull your head out of your Carter, Jesus F-ing Christ. House File 415, which became law when it passed as an amendment to a larger piece of legislation, requires Iowa public schools to recite the Pledge of Allegiance and show the U.S. flag at least once daily. Lawmakers wrote the bill after realizing that Iowa was one of a few states that did not already require a recitation of the pledge. I called her back and said I'd be willing to discuss the bill, he said. She told me that she had said everything she wanted to tell me in her voicemail and she hung up on me, Nordman recalled. Our conversation was all of 25 seconds. Some people have a lot of hatred for this country and have a lot of hatred for what the United States stands for, he said. I think the Pledge of Allegiance can unite us all and do a lot of good for everybody, regardless of your race, your gender, your religion, your sexuality. I believe that the far left will attach the words white nationalism to anything, Nordman said. He drew a clear distinction between Democrats in general and the far left, in particular. I'm not saying that all Democrats are anti-American values. They're not. It doesn't make sense to call the Pledge of Allegiance white nationalism. I'm not sure what the Pledge of Allegiance has to do with race, he added. Our flag clearly does not stand for racism, it does not stand for discrimination. I think she said it out of hatred for the country, Nordman suggested. The caller's claims that America is a colonizer and racist society echo critical race theory, which teaches that a hidden racism pervades U.S. society, in contradiction to civil rights laws that clearly forbid racial discrimination. Even the Smithsonian briefly presented an infographic on whiteness that condemned the nuclear family, science, capitalism, the Judeo-Christian tradition, and even politeness as aspects of a hidden racist oppression.
The state representative then said he would have asked the woman, where else on this planet is better than America? Nordman recalled watching a group of Afghans clinging to the side of a U.S. Air Force plane because that's the only way their lives will get better. People are willing to die to come to America. They see that flag as a symbol of hope.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe